Hello, hello. Welcome back to Global Heart Healing Conversations. I am Joy Harris and the founder of Global Heart Healing, and it is just, a delight for me to have this special, beautiful guest, Gabriela. Um, I'm actually going to let Gabriela tell you her whole name because it's so beautiful, and I want it to be said in her beautiful language so that you get to hear it in all of its beauty. And I'm also going to let Gabby tell you just a little bit about herself. And you'll hear more about our relationship and how we met as we go through today's conversations about the healing journey that Gabby has been on. And so, Gabby, can you tell everyone your beautiful name and more about you?
Oh, thank you, Joy. My name is Gabriela González Amezcua, and I live in Mexico City. And I met Joy, how, it was how many?
2020,
2020, yes.
early 2020.
At this event of Mind Valley, and it was really fantastic to meet Joy. She was shining and noisy and beautiful. Just someone really, really special. And wow, 5 years already, Joy.
Oh, amazing.
And well, we've been together many times. I love her healings, they are extraordinary. She has this part also for the Spanish community. So I'm really grateful for that, Joy. And we both like to get in touch with lots of people, right? And try to help to create unity and this connection of hearts.
Absolutely. Yes, it was magical. That was a very magical weekend. And then honestly, we've done so much together throughout all of the things that you and I both do over the last 5 years. And definitely my soul sister. I'm so so
Okay.
happy for more of the world to get to meet you. So with that, let's just dive in. And as we go, I think people will get to know you a little better.
Okay.
So, can you tell us about your healing journey and what first led you on this path to then even becoming a healer yourself?
Well, it was just by getting sick first. I got a paralysis from my neck to my coccyx. It was about almost around 20 years ago. My kids were small, 23 years more or less. And in that moment, well, the doctors told me, sorry, but you are not going to have the same kind of life. And while I almost stay in bed for 3 months, I had this opportunity of reading about Heal Your Life from Louise Hay. And she took me to these other authors, Wayne Dyer and Esther and Hicks, and well, so many others that were on the same channel, more or less. And I started to work with all of that, believing totally in all the process, and that wake up the healer that we all have inside. So um, I was able to remove everything that the doctors told me. And I started this fantastic story of my life where I love to play with things and visualize and have these clear intentions of what I wanted to have. And well, all of these things that match and get together when you feel it and you have it on your present moment as if already had occurred. And well, my life changed totally. And we know perfectly that most of the problems that we have with our health are from emotions that we don't know how to work. No, I'm sure of that. And so I healed those emotions. And when all of these things happened, it was not immediately. It took some time. I decided to take this knowledge for the kids. I started with them because I said, well, if I can share with someone what helped me, it will be really fantastic. And I used to work with kids and teens. And what I did, Joy, was bringing everything that I started to learn because at that time I started to learn about holistic holistic ways of healing, energy, um, and coaching and mindfulness and all these other things that if you put them all together, it's a great mixture. And to use this language that is with games and toys, and that I think it's kind of universal, and that's how it started everything.
That's beautiful. And honestly, you guys, that's one of the things that about Gabby is not only does she have this magnificent smile, but she has just this joy that bubbles up from inside, and it's very infectious. And she has this kind of like me, she has this need to share it. She has this need to help other people find it. And one of the things that she does that I think is so fun, and if you haven't seen it, you definitely need to watch her section of the Love Summit because she's wearing a pirate's hat. You'll love all of the things she does, but it brings fun to profound lessons and deep truths. And so I really encourage you to look more into what Gabby is doing. Find her. She has a website. We'll share all of that. Um, and just as so the there's so much that I want to get into, but I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to just come back to you, Gabby, because I want people to hear you and what's happened for you. So for you, what does heart healing mean to you personally?
Well, I think that if we can heal our heart, if we can work from here, we can solve almost everything because magic is here, energy, frequencies, vibration, and there's a lot of information of how to heal with all the information that we have in our heart. And because it's a way that we can work with emotions, it's the way that, well, I know that you and maybe many others that are here know that they are empaths. And by being empaths, you have this way of feeling how others are feeling in a way more than being empathic. No, it's a
Hmm.
different way. And when you work from your heart, there's a connection, there's a unity, there's a calling. And I think that is really, really important because we need to work as a community with, and also, well, knowing that everyone has its own process, no?
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, you have to let people come to this as it finds them, but helping them find it
Yeah.
is really fun.
Yeah. And when, for example, when someone gets in your healing with a heart, global heart healing, they really got in. They don't know how to explain it. You just feel it. It's something not so easy to explain. You have to live it. You've had to have that experience, and it's very difficult to put it in the analytic mind. No, it's something that your
Absolutely.
heart understands.
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of people feel it. And especially I'm going to say, well, actually, I think everybody feels it, but there's certain people who are more ready, more open, and their hearts are seeking, and then they feel it, and then it's it feels like magic, but it's the truth. It's what we as humans can do to shift our energy, to change our reality, to take control of our lives and our health and our future. And then it just gets magic.
Yes, and that's the word magic. And I think there's a connection. If someone needs to be there, it's going to be there. But if it's not, it's time,
Right.
something happens, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you use your way of healing, what I use is, as you said, like playing but with an intention.
You're getting
And
right into the next question. So, what are some of the key practices and rituals that you use in your healing work? Perfect.
oh, well, thank you, Joy. Well, what I love to do is to use some toys, some tools that help me to get away from this part of the mind. It's easier. And I use something that's called Imagery. And Imagery is when you visualize, when you feel, when you are in your present, but you are feeling like something different from the future. You can bring it here as if it's already happening, and you use your body to grow. You use your imagination and your emotions, and you can talk sometimes with the other one, and things change. And that is something that I love to do. I also use some not with toys, but some special, like some games and reflections with that, because all of the workshops that I go, I change it to a language that it's easier for them, so they can touch, they can feel, they can have these kind of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I love so much when you first told me what you do and that you really work with teens and children. And especially in the last several years, they, like you said, have become the invisible
Yes,
generation.
exactly.
And they need and want, and they're looking for help. And um, yeah, so that brings us to another thing.
Yeah.
Can you share a transformative healing experience that deeply moved you, either as yourself or as a healer? It can be someone you were working with, or it can be what you've gone through.
Well, I'm going to share you a little bit of both. I remember when I had this paralysis, where you put the cars when you enter to your garage. I was not able to walk that. I needed someone to help me, even to if I needed to go upstairs or downstairs or something like that. So every time that I saw this where I had to move, I used my imagination, and even in my dreams, I turned it into a mountain. For me, it was like hiking or getting to something really special. No? And after some years, I was able to climb a really big mountain that we have here in Mexico. That's called Itztlatzihuatl. And the friend that took me there, he said, "You're not going to climb that." I said, "No, I just want some small steps." Okay. And when we were able to be at the top, he said, "I don't know how you got here. You don't have training. You don't, as the ones that I used to train to get here." And that's when I said, if you can feel it, if you can believe in something, you can do it. And something similar happened to a boy that he was 9 years old. And the problem with him, well, he was extremely smart with everything. everything, everything. But he was afraid of being without his mother. So if he went to swimming classes or music or whatever, his mom had to stay there the whole time. So for his mom, it was really difficult to do other things because she had to be with him the whole time. And we had an exercise with Imagery where he was able to grow and to see the things as another observer. And after that session, it was amazing, Joy, because her mother told me now he can go everywhere and he can stay even with his friends uh, without me. So if something makes you click, you can do different things. And
That's beautiful. That's
yes.
beautiful. I I love that. And it's true. It's true. It's so much easier than people realize actually.
Mhm.
Um so you are the perfect person to ask this. How do you integrate different cultural or spiritual traditions into your healing work?
Well, I use them using toys, really. The lights with a candle. The uh, if you need to protect yourself, we use sometimes a sword or a bubble like the one that you
Mhm.
no like and um, we use a lot of our imagination, and some of the things that we use, for example, in when we program our mind, we use things that we get inside of them or outside by feeling something, by bringing information, and uh, we integrate. Imagine that you are this,
Yes. Yes.
or you are protected by this, and I let them also bring the guides in a way.
Mhm.
If you had a superpower, how would it be, and in what part of your body maybe you can ankle or keep it in, and if you touch that part, that will bring your powers again. I think that's part of the things that we do.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's very much, it's one of the things that we don't understand. It's ask, believe, receive. So we need to put on that cloak of belief. We need to live in the feeling. That's where we let our imagination create the new reality.
Yes,
And
be grateful for that also.
exactly, exactly. And just accept it, allow it, play with it, have fun with it. The more that you can shift, and I think our imagination is huge, huge. And our imagination doesn't necessarily live up here. It really lives in our heart, because the imaginal cells in our heart literally create that vibration to attract to us what we're
Mhm.
imagining.
Yes.
Um, oh, I
And
love that.
uh, for example, I know that you always work from love. Not all the ways of healing are based totally with love and with joy and with all things. I know some people need a process that might be a little different. But for example, when I work with adults, I love to go to their inner child. But that inner child that has this smile that's looking for you, that's hiding, that because people don't remember that part of them, and every child had a good time, even whatever happened all around. So if you get in touch with that love, with that smile, it's also a way of of healing. And I think that is also important, because when we say, let's go to your inner child, everybody's no, no. but but it's not that part. No, I think
Mhm.
that we can do healing from a lovely and
Yes,
fine and
absolutely. It doesn't a lot of inner child work is what they call shadow work.
uh-huh.
And I feel like certainly there's some healing that we need to find, but it's much quicker. You don't have to relive it. You don't have to go into the pain points. You don't have to do any of that. Healing, true healing can be absolutely painless, and I think it should be.
Yes, and for example, what you do, you don't need all the information,
No.
and you just know that something happened, and you can release it. You can
Yeah.
give it
We
away.
have the power of intention.
Uh-huh.
And there are some little things that you don't know how to do that somebody can show you, but we can all do this. Healing is within each and every one of us, and our heart is the key.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
And the
so
heart is universal.
absolutely, and the connection to all hearts around the world, and the divine universal source being, all of that, that is available to everyone, and it's available right now. You don't have to wait for it. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to you can be in struggle, and there's always a point for everything. There's nothing we're not learning from, and everywhere, wherever people are right now is right for them. There's a whole lot going on in our world, and some of that struggle is absolutely necessary, because you from struggle comes growth. We from pain comes change. um, but it's okay. You don't feel like you aren't okay where you are. Just knowing that you can unlock a different pattern is something that that's the funnest part. I think that's the most beautiful part, is to teach people that that is something within their grasp. It's within all of us.
Uh-huh.
So, Gabby, would you talk just a little bit about you have a whole lot of specialties. Would you just talk a little bit about some of those specific specialties you have? Maybe some of the things that you've kind of put into your beautiful website.
Oh, thank you, Joy. Well, after the paralysis that stopped me and made me a big pause, I became like this. I want to read. I want to learn. I want to everything that is possible.
A seeker.
So, what I use is I learn. I'm a Heal Your Life teacher. I'm also prepare with mindfulness, coaching, neurolinguistic, and well, a little bit of Reiki, Theta healing, and your lovely program that I love, and um, a little bit of everything, and emotions, and uh, getting in what your heart needs. I love all the investigations that HeartMath Institute has, and,
Yes.
and everything that you learn from here, from there, it, it's finally the same thing. It takes you to the same place, but in a different way. So
Yes.
that I take a little bit of everything that sounds for me okay, and depending of the one that I'm working with, I check which tool is better for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because sometimes even EFT or
Right.
many other things.
There's so many things. Just like what you were talking about, everything that people learn along the way, they'll actually recognize it as something they do know, They'll recognize the truth in certain things. And through all of that, you'll build into different things. So I think you were talking about my Tap into Your Magic course,
Yes,
which
of
was
course. I
yes, so
love it.
much
I
fun.
love it. I
So
love
much fun. And the way that came in such, so I'd already, man, when I was 13, I was in a company called Dare to Be Great, and several different things along the way. I knew my path, but then life happened and stuff happened, and I had very similar health issues to you. And my family had even a lot of them. And so for the last 30 years we've been in holistic health and nutrition, but about the last 7 or 8 years it's now moved into energy healing as well with that. And it's just, it's such a oh, I think that the reason it feels like magic is because we're watching so many people be stuck in a system that is causing them harm and ill health, and we know how to move past that.
it.
And they will know how, they'll recognize it as truth when they start to explore it, and that's why it gets so much fun. So it's so empowering, and it's so in here already that
And you
it's not
know what,
hard
Joy?
to do.
I think that because I know the people that follow you, and I think that we are trying to heal ourselves, to learn from that, and to be like an example to others. That's also a way of teaching,
It is.
because what are you doing that you shine? What are you doing that you are smiling? What are you doing that keeps you it, it- and even if they say you are an ignorant, you don't see the news, you know what it's important. No, that the news, you find out what is important, but you don't get that energy.
Mhm.
You don't leave
Right.
your own energy there. No, you
Right. And putting up beautiful, healthy boundaries to protect your heart and your mind and to help your body heal from all the stress and shock. We live in a shock world. Um, it's great to take control and make choices that serve you. So yeah, how fun. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm so happy. I can't wait for more people to hear you, Gabby. Um, okay, so then what role does community play in the healing process? What do you think about
Oh, no, I think that is really, really important, because you know what, Joy? If you see people with stress, people that are mad, that they are, they get together very easy. It's very easy to talk about the bad things that happen to you because the others, or the world, or the system, or whatever, and you are the victim. And what we need to do is have this community of connection, of love, of maybe we are the ones that are not being understand, or the family doesn't understand the way that we feel. And w- when we find someone that is similar, yay! Like me. And
that?
I think we need that to get together as a community to make the lights even brighter.
Yes.
And
We
I
need,
know we are afraid sometimes with that, because we have
yeah,
been
yeah.
afraid, but
Well,
we need.
there is a lot of, there's a lot of things to be careful about. And that's, to me, when you can find a community that creates this sacred space where you are valued, you are treasured, your heart is safe, and we can connect and talk in real. I mean, that's why I wanted Global Heart Healing Conversations. We are real people. We are normal people who have had some of the very same struggles that other people are going through right now. And we have been blessed to find ways to shift and move and change and be a different way than we were. And that is worth protecting. That is worth keeping safe and sacred. And that brings into people a completely different way of being able to interact, because all of a sudden it can be deeper conversations. It can be more profound. It can be what's really truly going on with me. And you don't have to hide, and you can let it out. And when we come together, we have so many better ways of all suggesting an elevated way to shift from through the same problem, but without seeing all the limitations that you can't see when you're in the middle of it. Does that make sense?
Yes, and you know what, Joy, when we are together as a community with a different vibration or frequency, it becomes exponential.
Yes, absolutely. Every one of us multiplies the energetic vibration or the personal pure intention, and we multiply upon each other. So it's just, yeah, the exponential. And you guys, one of these days, if you haven't felt this, you need to come feel it, because you will feel it and you will know that it shifts the world and it changes your life right where you are. Yeah.
And it's beautiful
um,
because you
that was
already have a community, and this community is healing from the heart. And it's amazing how you feel and how someone else is healing, and you have your body having experiences at the same time, and you are not, someone is not healing only by, I'm not healing myself in this kind of sessions. I'm healing while you are healing or while someone else, and it's also a global thing. So
right.
it's really
Truly.
amazing.
We feel it. We can feel it. It's not, you know, it's not a question of whether it is or isn't. It's a knowing because you feel it.
Uh-huh.
It's it's a it's part of the oneness of all that is, and we can feel the shift. Speaking of community, I want to talk to people about you and how beautiful you are at creating community and building community. And um, I want to recognize your incredible, profound gift for creating community, Gabby. Um, I am proud and honored to be part of the Hispanic speaking community. Not gifted. I'm not gifted in it, but to get to work with the Hispanohablante is a gift to me. Mi corazón late en español.
Yes, yes.
So I just want people to know that, especially if you are a Spanish speaker, please get in touch with Gabby. And especially if you are an English speaker, please get in touch with Gabby. It will be your honor. It will be your pleasure and privilege. And I'm just very happy to have Gabby here for you to get to know a little more.
Oh, thank you, Joy.
So, last question. What advice would you give someone who feels disconnected from their heart or from love in their life?
Okay, I'm going to give a different advice. I will tell you what, if you had this opportunity of doing whatever you want without any judgment, and even if you want to have fun, what about when instead of saying, "Oh, it's raining," go outside and jump on the pots? What about looking for a park, go and buy something for you to enjoy? Small things, small things. Yesterday, I was here and I have a balcony, and I just saw a hummingbird.
Yes, my favorite.
It came here. I have lots of birds, and different sizes are coming here, and I saw one of them in a where I had water, taking a bath, and I couldn't take a video because I was just enjoying that moment. If you want to go and just sit near a tree and connect, put your feet on the ground and just feel. Start with very small things. Even, well, why not buy something that some flowers and share it with people around, even if you don't know them. I think that's a way to open your heart and by having fun. It will be also a different way of starting and getting in touch with these spaces. It makes you know that you are never alone, that there's someone always there for you, and it's okay.
So I just want all of you to know that Gabby's website is below this video and you can find it, and it actually translates into English and Spanish. She mainly works in Spanish, but you will find beautiful things. So everything that she just described to you about all of her work, you will be able to find more there.
Yes.
And if you're
And
not very
it's
familiar,
called Inspirando A Ser.
Inspirando A Ser. And in English, that means
It's
inspired to
like
be.
inspiring to be yourself in a way.
That's what I thought. Inspire to be. Isn't
Mhm.
that beautiful? That's so beautiful. So, and also, if you are not familiar with Global Heart Healing, we have many free events for you to come to once a week, every month. We just have a Course in Miracles, Walking Together Towards the Light has just started. And that's in English the first week and in Spanish the third week. And then on the second week, we have Master Hearts, where you're able to come and just talk about something that you feel stuck with, and people can give you really courteous elevation ideas. They're things that you might not have thought of how to deal with the situation. Global Heart Healing, I do on the third week and the fourth week in English and in Spanish on the fourth week. And that is just magnificent shifting of energies, trapped emotions, things that are really stuck in our bodies. So you've got to come see it to experience it. And on the fourth week, we do global intention meditations, which is just the power of exponential, pure intention shifting the energy for ourselves and our world. So we invite you to any and all of that. Please also continue watching our podcast. And there's always more to come. There's always something new and different. We have special events like the Love Summit and Finding Peace, Finding Balance, different things. So if you're not familiar with Global Heart Healing, please find us and find out more.
You will love it. And also your sessions, Joy. They
Oh,
are
thank you.
your
Oh, I
private
love
sessions.
love my
Thank you.
I love all of it. I love the group sessions and I love the private work. It's
Yes,
beautiful.
because in the private work, you go in a way, and you, as you finish, you are another person. It's magic. It's
Oh,
magic.
thank you, Gabby. I'm
Uh,
so grateful that you came, and I'm so grateful to get to share this time. And we will have to do more. We have some special things up our sleeves. So you guys stick around. You're going to want to find out what we're going to do together.
yes.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
I love you so much. Thank you very much for being a guest on Global Heart Healing Conversations.
Thank you, Joy. And see you on Global Heart Heal. Spanish
Yes.
or English? Okay.
Yes, Spanish or English. Please join us. Please join us. Okay. Bye, sweetheart. I love you.
Bye. Thank you.